So in part 2 of section 6, we're looking at what happens when we add additional data to a set. So we're going to start off with calculating the mean, median, and mode of the set of data below. So when we calculate the range, again, it's high minus low. The median is the middle number. And when we find the mean, we add all the numbers up, divide by how many are, and so on. We end up getting 28. Adding another piece of data here, this 35, will change some of our values. If we're looking at this new set of data with a new additional piece of data, it does not change our range, however, because we take 43 minus 18, still the same thing. Our middle number now becomes two middle numbers. So when we find the median there, it becomes 29. And to find the mean, add them up, divide by how many there are, we end up getting 28.9. So how does this added value compare, 35, compare to the range, mean, and median from the original problem? Well, it's definitely higher than any of those values. How do the range, mean, and median from number 2 compare to 1? Well, the range is unchanged, so it's the same thing. The median's the same, but the mean went up, so it's higher. Well, let's call it higher instead of up. It sounds very technical when we call it up. All right, so higher than the previous mean. Interesting. We'll get back to question 5 in a minute. When we do the same thing for the range down here, we take 43 minus 14, we get 29. Adding this 0.14, notice the 35 is gone now. Interesting how that happened. The middle there is now the middle of 25 and 29, which is 27. And then for the median, when we calculate it, we get 26.3. So again, how did 14 compare to the numbers from 1? They're low, it's lower. And then what does that do for number 7? Or sorry, from these guys here to the original? The range is lower. I'm sorry, the range is higher. The median is lower. And the mean is lower. So notice that in both of them, the only quantity that changed for sure was the mean. The range and the median may or may not have changed. It depends on where that number lies. So our range and our median, we're going to say, they may change. They may not. We're not really sure. We have to actually look at the data, calculate those things to find out. But the mean, when your added numbers higher than the mean will increase. And that happened. 35 was bigger than our median, so our average went up, our mean went up. If we look at the bottom one here, same thing, range, median, may change. They may not. But the mean is definitely going to decrease. So as a quick example here, we have the scores of the 2015 PGA Tour Championship. What we're looking at here is we have all this data. We have 15 golfers that are included. One golfer, we forgot to include his score, 273. We'll add that in a little bit later. We want to know what impact will this have on the range, the mean, and the median of the scores. So first thing we want to do is find out what is the median. So if we have 15 golfers, we're looking for the 8th person. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 fall in here. So our median right now is 277. 273 is lower than that. So I know for sure the mean will decrease. The range, I didn't add anything to the highest number. I didn't take anything away from the lowest number. 273 fits inside of there. So the range is the same, unchanged. And then the median, we actually have to calculate this one because it's kind of a little bit sketchy here because we're right on the edge of the data. So now with that 273, we have a 16th person. So I can put that here, and there's one person. So 16 divided by 2 gives me 8. And because, all right, we got an even number, we actually have to look at the next person too, so we can average those out. So we're looking for the 8th and 9th person. So let's see, 1, 2, 5. Here's my 8th person fitting in 276. and the ninth person is here. So my median is going to be between those two values, so like 276.5. Ever so slightly, our median will decrease. Now, again, without calculating that data, I can't be 100% sure, so I need to actually go ahead and do that. But this is kind of a sampling of what happens to the data when we add a number higher than the median. The mean goes up. The other two might change. And a number lower than the median, we know the mean's going to drop. The range and the median may change, they may not.